Welcome back to the channel. So today I've got the X5 45E in Frozen Marina Bay Blue. That is an individual color. It's pretty easy to get individual colors on the SAVs or SACs that are built in Spartanburg. Basically, they have a pre-approved list. You fill out what you want, boom, approved, and you got yourself an individual X5 or X3 or X6, whatever. But I'm doing something a little bit different today. So this one has not been PDI'd. In other words, a pre-delivery inspection, making sure everything's working correctly, getting all the systems updated and ready to roll for a customer. This is a store inventory car. So back in September, we got 93 X5 45E builds. And we traded a few away to get other vehicles that we needed for customers, but I took that opportunity to have 4 individual X5 45Es built for the store, and this is one of the colors. This is not the M Sport package. And basically, you go individual and getting options that I think most people would like on the car. It adds up real quick. So, according to the IRS rules, this will not qualify for the potential $7,000 tax credit because of the MSRP. 45Es are still built in North America, so they qualify on that end. Going forward, the IRS still has to determine, or is it Treasury, still has to determine the sourcing requirements for the batteries. Now, of course, right now, don't believe the 45E or the 330E would qualify in the future. It would be up to them to determine how much of a tax credit it is eligible for, but as of now, at least through March, the 45E and 330E can qualify for the tax rebate. But don't take tax advice from me. I'm not a professional. So if you got questions about that, consult a tax professional. All right, so let's talk about this one in particular. So we have the Driving Assistance Professional package. You can see the sensor there in the lower portion of the grille. Hard to see with all the frost because it is really cold out here in Mountain View, California. It's in the 30s right now in the morning, so obviously all the frost. But these are the Executive Package laser lights. So in order to get the Driving Assistance Professional package on the X5 45E, you do have to spring for the Exec package. So obviously that is going to bump up your price really quickly. So our nice little chrome grille here, and our BMW badge or emblem here, outlined in blue for BMW I. All right, so let's move over to the side here. And we've got the style 744 wheels. These are 20-inch wheels. They look pretty decent. We did add the floating hubcap, so as you can see, the emblems here for the center caps do not have the blue eye around it because they're not available for the BMW I center caps. There's your charging port electrified by I. Take a step back. So this is the last model year before the LCI. So LCI production begins in April. And this is one of the last ones to arrive. We still have a few more 45Es. This will be replaced by the 50E, which will have a bigger battery, from what I understand, and potentially faster charging time. So currently, the 45E has a 24 kilowatt battery. I believe 21.6 of that is actually usable. Charging rate is limited to 3.7 kilowatts. So charging time on a level 2 charger, 0 to empty, it's roughly about 7 to 8 hours. And of course, level 1, depending on different factors in terms of amperage available, you're looking at maybe 25 hours or so to charge from empty. So out back we have our X5 and 45E badging in chrome. Taillights look pretty good as well. We'll make our way around the vehicle. So here's Frozen Marina Bay Blue out of direct sunlight because right now the sun is coming up, so we might get a little bit more sun on the 45E after we go over the options and pricing on this one here. But a fantastic color. but it does come at a price. So for the X5s and X6s, an individual color will set you back $5,000. But we want to have a little fun with these things, so this is a color you're not going to see very often on a 45E. And you can see over here, eventually, we have a gentian blue 45E as well. So hopefully we'll have that on the channel relatively soon. But let's take a look at the inside and go over pricing and options. Alright, so we did splurge on this one here. You can see this is the Tartufo interior, which looks pretty good. Alright, so inside we have iDrive 7. You got your driver attention camera here, eDrive badging, and then iDrive 7 over here. Please excuse any of the error message here because this car is not ready for prime time yet. But overall looks really good in here. We've also got the dark aluminum mesh trim in here, which I think looks pretty good. And we've got our glass controls here on the gear selector, start stop button, and iDrive controller. So all this is going to be replaced with iDrive 8, and you have the gear selector nub like you have on the X7. Here's our steering wheel. So your driving assistance professional package buttons over here on the left for active cruise control as well as assisted driving. BMW roundel here with blue around the BMW emblem. Alright, so starting price of the 2023 X5 45E, $65,700. The Frozen Marina Bay Blue metallic paint, another $5,000. The leather, another $2,450. You can see this adds up quickly. Driving Assistance Pro for $1,700. Parking Assistance for $800. Exec Package for another $3,150. Climate Comfort Package for $1,350. Another $1,550. Oops, I said they were 20-inch wheels. They're actually 21s. $1,550 for the wheels. Then $750 the multi-contour seats. $875 for Harman Kardon sound system. The floating hubcaps for another $165. All told, MSRP of $84,485. So in terms of options, I think most people would want on their 45E, and of course there are people who don't want a lot on there. I think most would like the Driving Assistance Pro, Parking Assistance Package. Again, getting Driving Assistance Pro means you get the exact package. So already you're close to $5,000 in options with just those two ones, not including the Parking Assistance. Climate Comfort, you probably want that because that gets you the 4-zone and front and rear heated seats, as well as the steering wheel. Otherwise, there'll be separate options. Wheels are going to be an aesthetic choice on this one. 21-inch wheels might be a little bit much. 20s are probably the way to go, but again, that's style. Multi-contour seats, again, maybe you don't want those, but Harman Kardon sound system, I think most people would like that thing. But we'll take a look at the back seat as well. Alright, so opening up, here's your Tartufo extended merino leather in here. It also gets you the Sky Lounge, which is sadly frozen over right now. But here's your view from the back seat. So pretty good cabin. And then your 4-zone climate control. This is the 2 rear zones in the rear seat. Knee room, pretty good. And then headroom, nothing to complain about. This is a really comfortable car. Again, with a 45E, you're getting about 30 miles of full electric range. So whether or not this makes sense for you really depends on what you're planning to do with the car in terms of daily commuting. So if your commute is less than 30 miles round trip, obviously a very good candidate for it. Or even if it's 30 miles and you have charging access at work, again, a really good option for you. And then we'll do our kick to open. And take a look at the trunk space, which is pretty good. And not much extra space underneath. You have your charging cable there. That's the occasional home use charger for level 1 charging. We'll do our kick to close. And then we'll take a walk around the X545E in individual Frozen Marina Bay Blue, which will definitely set you apart from your standard black, white, Phytonic carbon black, Manhattan green 45Es. But otherwise a really good color. Hopefully we get a little bit more sun on the other side here to show you what it looks like in the sun. But obviously still frosted over a bit. It's not getting that much more dramatic effect of the paint. And here it is in the sun. Obviously not washed or detailed. But I think this looks like a really good color. Obviously you can put this color on other vehicles, but we had some fun with the 45Es that we had available. But that's it for a quick tour around the X545E in Frozen Marina Bay Blue. And we'll see you at the next video.